Hello to all the Web3 enthusiasts out there. This is Max speaking, and welcome to the new episode of Synopsis. Please welcome our today's guest, Ahmed Rashad. Hello, Ahmed. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic. Very nice to be here.
Well, see you're in a good mood and you have a very fancy background. This means today's discussion going to be very interesting, and I do hope easygoing. So we have a bunch of questions prepared, and if you don't mind, let's just get straight to the action.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Well, since it's your first time at Synopsis, let's of course start with some introduction. Could you please tell us your path in crypto, and are you personally a newcomer in this field, or you're a real OG?
Oh, I'd say I'm definitely a newcomer, but I'm an intentional one. So I didn't come up through the early crypto cycles or the first NFT rush. My background actually a long time ago, I started my career in the oil fields. I was an offshore oil driller and had a problem while working on the rig, taught myself how to code, built a product, and got acquired by a startup and got into software. And now I'm focusing on AI and data systems. And I came into Web3 because I saw a major gap that blockchain could fill. My philosophy in general is I solve the problem and I use whatever technology is best to solve that problem. And I believe Web3 is a critical component to the problem I'm solving now. The moment it clicked for me was when I realized that we were training billion-dollar AI models on data from millions of people who got nothing in return. No credit, no compensation, no ownership, nothing. And that's when I knew blockchain wasn't just useful for AI, it was actually essential. So yeah, I'd say I'm relatively new to the scene, but I came into it with a purpose to bring proper decentralization into how we train and scale intelligence.
Well, sounds great. And actually, for this young industry, it's a pretty common story, but still you have a solid background. And what's more important, having a clear understanding of what you are doing here, not just trying to chase the hype train or something, fulfilling these gaps. That's a basic thing that many are missing, and you seem to clearly understand it. That's pretty cool. And actually, today we're going to, of course, discuss a lot about AI, data training, what you just mentioned, and let's get to the main part of the interview. So, Perle works in AI data training, of course, and now you're going to design a crypto native ecosystem. You touched this topic in a previous answer, but could you please add more details on why did you decide to add blockchain to AI in your products?
Yeah, so there are a couple of reasons. Like from our previous from the previous question, you remember I said that like we have a problem, and to solve that problem, we use the best technology available. And in this case, the best technology available is happens to be blockchain technology. And blockchain technology is the best solution available for a few reasons, for several things. So one of them is of course, it goes without saying. So payments like cross-border payments, it reduces transaction costs are negligible, especially because we're operating on Solana, and FX issues are almost non-existent. And also, it ensures clear, transparent compensation systems. So all around the world. And also, it is great to be able to engineer the proper incentive systems for people all around the world so that we make sure that we reduce churn, increase engagement, and so on and so forth. But all of that is just one part of the solution. The other part of the solution, which is the much longer term vision, is I think AI needs some decentralization. I'm not saying that AI needs to be fully decentralized. I think it needs some decentralization. Some AI needs to be centralized, some AI needs to be decentralized. But the right now, almost all the industry is concentrated in the hands of a few big players. Like you can count them on one or two hands. They control the data, the models, the infrastructure, which means they control the direction of AI itself. Um, at Pearl, we see that as a fundamental problem. Data is the raw material for intelligence, and it shouldn't belong to three or four or five companies. By introducing blockchain into our ecosystem, we're creating a system where data contribution itself, the validation, the ownership are all transparent. Like imagine this. Imagine if every Reddit comment that helped train ChatGPT was tracked and compensated, and that the world we're building, and that's the world we're building, right? So blockchains enable us to build a verifiable economy around human contributions so that people who help train and refine AI systems are actually recognized for their contribution. Right. Now, the rewards might be big, they might be small, but that's beside the point. It's like, hey, I helped build this massive thing. That in itself is a reward. Now, I could have done something very small, I could have done something very big, and the reward matches, right? But right now, the reward's zero, regardless.
Well, sounds reasonable, I would say. And could you please add more details on how exactly will this crypto native ecosystem operate, and how will it actually use cryptocurrency?
Yeah, so at a high level, so remember there are two pieces, right? The first one is on the incentivization piece. So on the incentivization piece, it's basically similar to deep in economics, but with a capital asset shift to humans for incentivization. And then at a high level, the ecosystem runs on a data to earn model. So basically, contributors supply or validate data, whether that's text, image, human feedback, evaluation, whatever it is, and they get rewarded in tokens. And these tokens aren't just for payment, they're part of the coordination mechanism. They represent reputation, participation, and governance. And then the blockchain ensures transparency. So every contribution and validation is recorded. So we know what went into training an AI model and who contributed to it. So this also helps validate who are the good actors because you're worried about your reputation as well, right? So if you're not a good actor, like your contribution is also recorded as not a good contribution, right? So that plus a lot of software and a lot of things that help validate if this is a good contribution or not, a lot of AI, ironically, to help validate whether this is a good contribution or not.
Well,
So,
everything is recorded.
yeah, I mean, that's what we're shooting for, like full transparency. So it's essentially a decentralized supply chain for intelligence powered by crypto incentives instead of opaque corporate contracts. So think of it as Uber for AI training data, but the drivers own part of the company.
Get it. Seems pretty clear. Thank you. And of course, we could not but ask about why did you choose Solana blockchain and among all of this variety we have right now?
Yes. So I am not again, I'm not an OG. I'm a newcomer. So I'm looking at things from first principle, and I do a lot of research on things before I jump in. I take a lot of inputs from a lot of people. I do my own research, and I came to the conclusion that we have to build in Solana. And I came to that conclusion because of three main reasons. So first is speed and scalability. So when you're talking about potentially millions or tens of millions or hundreds of millions of microtransactions and small rewards for contributions, you need a chain that can handle the volumes at very low cost, fractions of a cent. So Solana's throughput and cost structure make that possible. So that has to be first doable. Two, it has to be affordable, right? So it's the baseline for us because think about it, like we're literally doing hundreds of millions of transactions. First, it's going to be a month, then it's going to be a week, then it's going to be a day. So we need something that can handle that. So that's the first thing. Um, Speed and scalability. The second is the ecosystem. So Solana is leaning very heavily into AI in a very serious way. And I started seeing projects experimenting with AI inference, agents, on-chain marketplaces, and I'm particularly excited about potential integrations with with other projects, for example, like Hive Mapper for real world data and Shadow for distributed compute and other projects. And Solana is investing a lot also in other AI projects. So I think the ecosystem for AI projects on Solana, I think it's going to be very strong and integrating and collaborating with these projects is going to be easier if we're on the same chain. And then last is the developer experience. Like the tooling is mature, the community is innovative, and frankly, things just work. Like I don't want to spend my time trying to figure complicated things out if I can spend my time doing other things. Right? I'd rather not do that. So when you're building infrastructure for the future of AI, I can't afford to be debugging blockchain issues. I want this piece to just work. Like we have enough issues on the Web3 side with the UX in general, where the UX isn't necessarily like Web3 isn't known for its great UX. So um,
Yeah.
so we're trying to change that actually, but but yeah, so these are the three main things: speed, scalability, the ecosystem is great, and the developer experience is really good.
Well, actually, nothing to add here. Sounds like a great research and the right choice so far. So no questions here. Everything is clear. And well, moving on to the next question I wanted to ask. So how big is actually the market of AI training data, and who are your competitors in it, if there are any?
Yeah, so the AI training data market it varies depending on how you calculate it, but based on our estimates, it's worth about $35 billion today. It's projected to hit 50 billion by 2027, growing roughly about 25% annually. That's a bit conservative in my opinion. Every company is now racing to fine-tune their specialized models. Our competitors, I wouldn't say competitors. I say there are a lot of companies in the space. There's Scale, there's Appen, Labelbox, Mercor. There are new entrants that are generating synthetic data, but no one can do it all, right? Everyone has to find something that they're really good at and specialize. Anyone who says they're going to do it all, frankly, they're not going to survive for long, right? So you got to find areas where you're really good and then you go specialize. So, for example, Scale is brilliant at execution, but they're entirely centralized. Appen has global reach, but struggles with quality. Excuse me. Appen has global reach, but struggles with quality consistency. Synthetic data companies are automating everything, but they're creating an echo chamber where AI training AI leads to models collapsing. It's like creating a copy of a copy of a copy. Our philosophy is completely different. We believe that human reviewed data is the gold standard. I know this, I built the operations at scale. I know exactly where the inefficiencies are, and I know where decentralizations will solve them. We're not just competing. We're trying to build the data labeling infrastructure for tomorrow's AI applications, not for today's AI applications. So in a lot of ways, there are a lot of companies in the space, but we're building for tomorrow's space, not for today's space.
Got it. And well, this was about the competitors. Now, of course, about the contributors. Could you please tell us who is your target ecosystem contributor, and can people not familiar with AI join it?
Absolutely. And that's by design. Like our goal was to make participation in AI accessible to anyone. You don't need to know how to build the model or write the code to be able to participate. Like a nurse in Ohio could validate medical AI responses. A mechanic in the Philippines could label automotive parts. A teacher in India could help train educational models with cultural context. You could be validating whether an answer sounds human or not, labeling examples in your area of expertise, or help train language models for your local dialect. I believe the future of AI, like the barrier to entry it's not, the barrier to actually engaging and building and training AI is not going to be the code. It's not going to be the science in the future. It's going to be it's going to be the knowledge of the subject matter expertise. It's going to be the languages. It's going to be the sciences. It's going to be the arts. It's going to be the subject matter expertise. It's going to be the human experience. It's going to be the cultural knowledge. It's going to be the your life experience. We call it human in the loop economy, where anyone with perspective or domain knowledge can add value to AI systems and be rewarded for it. So, yeah, so pretty much anyone can contribute because everyone has unique experiences and everyone has a place.
Yeah, sounds great. And I would say that even sounds encouraging because many people, I think, skip so many opportunities because of being afraid of not being familiar with something, of finding something complicated. But this all comes out of just the lack of knowledge, and you never know until you try. So, uh, get to try everything new and contribute to development of any ecosystem you find interesting in the way you are able to do it. And about actually getting the data, could you please tell us how do you source the data for AI training?
Yeah, so we use a hybrid approach. So a mix of crowdsourced human data, verified partner data sets, and specialized human feedback loops. So every data set we use passes through multiple checks for accuracy, diversity, and context. And the key is curation over quantity. So we'd rather have a smaller data set that's deeply validated and ethically sourced than a massive one scraped from the web without consent. And that's quality, frankly, is questionable.
Well, mm, pretty pretty swift answer. Got it. Moving on. And we have like a few, I would say, a kind of funny questions. So the first one is, what was the most unexpected feedback on Pearl's products you received so far?
That's a very, very interesting one. We received quite a few amusing pieces of feedback so far. Well, one of the most surprising things uh, was how personally people connected with the idea of contributing to AI. So I heard from contributors who said, I finally feel like I'm part of the technology shaping this. I didn't know I could be part of it. And that's powerful, right? Like when you build a system that let people own a piece of the AI process, not just use it, changes the relationship with the technology. They go from being subjects of automation to partners in its creation. And that taught us that the community isn't just looking for income. They want meaning and participation. So we've doubled down on education, transparency about how the data is being used, and giving contributors a real voice in governance. Another very interesting feedback on the product was actually when we were dealing with we were handling one of our use cases, and it was in dental. It was a dental use case, and we were trying to detect like cases like lesions in teeth and such. And they gave us this was when we first started, and they gave us a sample to work on, and we responded back. And when we first responded, they were like, "Oh, you actually did better than we did. Like your crowd did better than we did." I was like, "Okay." Well, that's the power of the crowd, you know?
Yeah, thanks for sharing. That's sounds great. And actually, this real use cases with the unexpected feedback is a very interesting thing to know because it shows how broad the range of use cases might really be. Well, and the second question out of this tool. So, as AI is getting smarter and qualified for more and more tasks, as you just mentioned with this dental case, what will you do if or when AI performs the tasks of your business by itself?
So that's actually our roadmap, not our fear. Like, that's what we're trying to build. So as AI builds, as AI handles more data labeling tasks, Perl evolves from data labeling company to verification and governance layer, right? So we actually already incorporate a lot of AI, and our job is to move or to handle as much to move as much of the automate as much of the work away from the most scarce resource, which is the human expertise and the human wisdom as possible, make it as easy for them as possible. So phase one now, which is human label and validate. Phase two, AI does initial labeling, humans verify, and phase three, which is so human phase one is now, phase two is 26, 27. AI does the initial labeling, humans verifying correct. Phase three is 2028. AI handles most of the labelings, humans govern quality standards, edge cases, and ethical boundaries. So there will always be a human layer for context, ethics, and interpretation. I don't think that will ever go away. Not anytime soon, to be frank. Because the moment we hand over our faith to the machines, it assumes that we stopped innovating and we stopped governing ourselves, which I refuse to believe. Machines are great at pattern recognitions, but humans need to define meaning. And our role evolves from training AI to ensuring AI stays aligned with our values, with our human values. And I don't think that's going to go away anytime soon.
Well, sounds great, but with this extremely fast emerging of AI, I just I'm ready to believe it. Any thing that a few years back could sound fantastic for me, so now I can believe anything. But still, it's great to hear that the human beings cannot be substituted, at least completely. But if this happens, I think you will be kind of happy. Well, and one more question before getting to the, I would say, discussions about the future. So we're operating in a field that is highly affected by so many factors, like some tweets by American president can dump and pump the market. Some wars break down, some diseases, some economical crisis, anything. So everything can affect everything. What about Pearl? What cryptocurrency and AI trends affect it the most?
Yeah, so two trends stand out. First is the rise of decentralized AI infrastructure, so compute networks, inference markets, tokenized models, et cetera, et cetera. That's where AI meets crypto head on, and we're positioning ourselves at the center of that convergence. Second is the increasing emphasis on transparency and traceability. Governments and enterprises are demanding it. So, so the EU's AI Act and California's SB 1001, if I'm not mistaken, these regulations validate the work that we've been doing around data provenance and ethical AI. So here's my hot take, right? AI without crypto is going to be centralized tyranny. And crypto without AI is speculation without substance. So we're building the bridge, right? Um, as far as the trends, so these are the trends that affect us the most. As far as the like a tweet here or there, frankly, it doesn't have as much impact. It's more policy, and the policy is all headed towards we need to adopt AI, and we need to adopt AI properly, and we need to make sure it's governed properly. And all of these are trends that actually validate our approach. So I have no concerns whatsoever on that front.
Got it. Thank you. Well, we're moving on to the final stage of the interview, and let's speak about a little bit what awaits us in future and what we expect. So first of all, of course, what should people keep an eye on? Put the notes. What are Pearl's plans for the coming year?
Yeah, so 2026 is a breakout year for us. So we're launching a our full crypto native protocol early on in 2026, and we're scaling. We're more than 10xing our active contributors, and we're going to be processing our first petabyte of verified training data. We're also expanding our partnerships with multiple AI startups that need high quality, ethically sourced data. And we have LOIs with multiple, let's just call them multiple Fortune 50 companies that I unfortunately I cannot share the names. And we're doing like LOIs, POCs with them, and our focus is on a few verticals where data quality matters significantly. For so our focus is right now is on three verticals where data quality matters significantly, and we're constantly adding new verticals. So right now we're hyper focused on medical, legal, languages, and we're adding finance, and we're experimenting with robotics and a couple others as well.
Great. And of course, we'll be tracking your success. And the next time we meet here to discuss the things, we'll, of course, see how much of this was achieved. And what about the industry in general, the crypto industry? In your personal opinion, where are we going in the next 5 years?
Yeah, yeah, this is please take this with a grain of salt because and I'm not an OG, right? But from what I see is that the crypto industry is moving from speculation to utility. Like the early era of tokens was about trading. The next era will be about coordination, right? Using tokens to organize people, to organize capital, organize computation, all around shared goals, right? So let me be a little bit controversial here, and I'm just going to throw it out there just for the sake of it. Like, I think a good chunk of crypto projects today will be irrelevant in 5 years. The winners will be those that are solving real problems like identity, like AI training, like distributed computing, like creator economies. We'll see crypto merge more deeply with AI gaming identity systems, not as a gimmick, but as invisible infrastructure. So 5 years from now, you won't ask, is this a crypto project? You'll be asking, which layer of crypto powers it? And if you're not building at the intersection of crypto and AI today, I think you're kind of behind.
Well, um, a very strong speech, I would say. Yeah. And
Yeah, and take it with a grain of salt. I'm the newbie, so please discount.
Okay, it's okay. Actually, it's really nice how you put the things straight, like stating that you are not an OG without any additional buffers or something. So for me, sounds great. And well, we came to the final traditional parts of our interviews. Could you please share some piece of non-OG advice with our audience, addressing to them directly? I believe this will be something new because everyone, I would say, claims to be an OG, and now we'll hear something new.
Yeah, I would say stay curious, look for intersections. The biggest breakthroughs don't happen in silos, they happen when technologies collide. I've seen it over and over again. Um, you never know where you'll find something truly amazing. AI and blockchain are converging faster than people think. One's about intelligence, the other is about trust. And when you combine them, you get something beautiful and transformative. And my advice is get involved early, stay adaptable, build where purpose meets innovation. If you believe in this vision, come build with us. Sorry, this is my plug. This is my shameless plug. Come build with us. We're hiring engineers, community leads, data scientists, AI researchers. Like, yeah.
Well, a great encouraging ending. And if there are some data scientists, engineers watching us right now, guys, take your chance, reach to Pearl. Maybe this is a life change moment for you. And of course, yeah, the words of a real OG, I would say, staying curious. This is one of the main basic things that many are forgetting with time. And staying curious is really important. And this is actually not the first time our guests advise to remember this. Well, and yeah, as I said, a very encouraging ending. And for today, that's it. Thank you very much, Ahmed, for joining today. I think we just not managed to draw a general picture, but we took a pretty deep dive into what you are doing, and it will be very interesting to meet you after some time and discuss what has been achieved and what should we await more.
Sounds wonderful.
Well, and yeah, of course, thanks for everyone who watched us till the end, guys. Stay curious, stay tuned, follow Perle, follow Ahmed on socials, not to miss the big things. Have a great night, day, whatever is in your region. See you in more episodes. Bye bye, everyone.